set a course for adventure. Our minds on a new romance. The Love Boat promises something for everyone. The Love Boat. I don't know the next line to the song. I don't know how I could have forgotten it because I'd seen the show a million times. The Love Boat. Boo-doo-doo. I don't know why I'm singing the song today. The Love Boat. At some point, it's just going to be Julie Flanagan and I hopping on the show, and that'd be okay. That would be okay. Uh-oh, I forgot to put water in my cup. Some point, and maybe we'll just say, hey, Julie, we don't even need to get the whole YouTube thing going on. Why don't I just FaceTime you every morning? We'll just chit-chat for a while you drink your fancy schmancy Black Rifle coffee, and I drink whatever I can afford. I could afford the Black Rifle, but I think that first day I got it on sale, and it was like $10.96 a bag, which for me was an expensive bag of coffee. And now I've seen it at the store I've been going to. It's like $15. You know, that's double what I want to pay. I want to pay $6.99 for a bag of coffee. Why do you feel worse after coffee than after alcohol? I don't believe you do. There's just, somebody asked me, why do they, X, who's, for some reason, he's a member of my YouTube page, which I appreciate, but his name's X. And he said, she said, why do I feel worse after coffee than you do after alcohol? I don't think you do. I don't believe you do. That would be my answer. I've never come across somebody that said, oh my gosh, I feel like crap. I had too much coffee yesterday. I can't tell you how many times I've come across the people that have said that about alcohol. Hello from London, sad man, and good morning. Oh, Patty Lynn got the Black Rifle Spirit of 76 coffee. I've never tried it. And I'm not sure if it's just in my mind, the goodness of the coffee. But I do think I really enjoyed it. I think there was something neat about it. I don't know. But either way, good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. It is July 16th. It is 6:40 a.m. Happy Wednesday. This is a show. All right, well, Julie, I kind of agree. There's something neat about it. The Black Rifle coffee. I found the texture almost intriguing. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but it's got something to it. I might have to get myself some today. I'm going to have to get myself some today. What if it's $15 a bag? I know I'm worth it, but still, that would drive me crazy. We'll see. Maybe we should set up a Black Rifle donation fund. I'm just kidding. I don't want you guys donating my Black Rifle coffee, but that's probably how I should get by. Have every day. Splurge. You're right, Julie. But anyway, this is a show I've been doing for a long, long time. Yours was on sale for $10.99. I know, Betty Lynn. Mine was too. And now that it's at $15 a bag and I paid $10.99, I can't almost go back up to $15 a bag, knowing I bought it like a week ago at $10.99. But anyway, this is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, kind of sharing the adventure we have in life. Did I tell you I golfed yesterday? Did I tell you I golfed yesterday? I'll tell you what, I had a nice time. I hadn't gotten out with a friend in a long, long time, and I have a buddy here in Wisconsin who's a pretty good golfer, and we went out and played, and it was a very nice round. I was nearly comatose afterwards because I didn't get nearly enough sleep, and I'd worked the last several days and was tired. But I played really well, and it was fun. So anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it is not just a show. Hold on, I got a little heartburn. Sometimes my morning pills get stuck in the esophageal tube. I don't know if it's really an esophageal tube or it is just the esophagus. But anyway, am I Jewish? No, I'm not. Do I like WWE? No, I don't. Show you the bald head? It's right here. What would my dream foot-long sub be? I mean, I don't want to make a dream one, but I'll tell you the spicy Italian from Subway with all sorts of extra stuff, roasted or whatever they do when they put it in the oven with pepper jack cheese and mayo and various ton of black olives is delicious. So that's right now my dream sub. But anyway, as I was saying, it's not just a show about me talking. You know, if you've been watching a while, that it's also a show. Thank you, Antonio. You have a blessed day as well. About me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, hello, UK lady. Batty Lynn likes the BMT. I'm really having a hard time digging into my coffee this morning. I bet if it was Black Rifle and not the Starbucks Sumatra, I would have ignored all these comments and gotten right to the coffee. Maybe I wouldn't even have done my show. I'd be like Julie Flanagan, lying on a curb, addicted to Black Rifle coffee. Couldn't move. I need more. I want to try the Spirit of 76. Oh, for the hazelnut black olive. Black Rifle. But anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip this morning. And my hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. It's the Sumatra, and you know I love the Sumatra. I'm telling you, your mind can really impact how things taste and how your life goes. Because I think all this talk of the Black Rifle coffee that Julie's enjoying and Batty Lynn is saving, had me almost disappointed that I had my favorite coffee, which is the Starbucks Sumatra. So when I took that first sip, I wasn't nearly as excited as I should have been, or as appreciative. So I'm going to try and get all these thoughts. Hold on, let me take a deep breath. Get all these thoughts of other coffees out of my mind. Oh, first sip of coffee. I don't know if it really worked, but it was fun to try. Finance guy wants to know from where I am. Under sky breathing is incredibly important. you're supposed to live in the moment and appreciate the little things. I think there's no bigger moment than your breathing, or there's no more important little thing than your breathing. And it's funny to call breathing a little thing, but talk about something we take for granted. We don't even know we're doing it 98% of the time. But when you take a big full breath through the nose and out through the mouth, it feels so good. And we always take that for granted. Does coffee make my voice deep? I don't know. Somebody says I look funny. Wait a minute. There was so many comments. They were coming so fast and furious. No, I'm not Vin Diesel. Although I did just refer to one of his movies. How does coffee taste like? It's really hard explaining the taste of something. I mean, I think those fancy schmancy wine people do. I guess I do with my coffee. I say the Sumatra tastes like a good cup of coffee with a scoop of dirt in it. The show is exploding, says Big Mayo. How did I score in my golf game yesterday? Well, I shot a 93. I was hoping to break 100, and even that I thought was very optimistic. Shot a 46, then a 47 on the back nine. I hit some bad shots, but I hit a few really good ones. Overall, I was very pleased with my game. I think I putted extraordinarily well. I three-putted a few greens, but I also made, 4 or 5 putts longer than 5 feet, which felt pretty good. I have manager vibes. Nobody would ever trust me to manage the store. That's why I got to do it myself. I can't be an employee. Nobody would ever trust me. I waited tables before. They wouldn't even trust me to train the new waiters. I think I was the best waiter they had, but they still wouldn't trust me to train the new waiters. Nobody will give me the keys to the empire, so I have to build my own. UK lady says, not manager vibes, but definitely in charge. I think I'd be really good as the top person. That's why I became a realtor. It never worked. My business never exploded. I envisioned being the top of the pyramid and having the Tracy Realty Group be a mega successful real estate empire. Took on a partner a couple times, same partner. Fool me once, shame on me. Or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 6 or 7 times, I'm just a damn idiot. Seriously. But anyway, I expected, I thought, I pictured myself as the face and the energy and the idea and the leader of this real estate team that sold a massive amount of homes, but I never got there. Realtors, are you still in the profession? Well, I'm not. I left 2.5 years ago, right during my second divorce from the woman that was my real estate partner. And it was so ugly and embarrassing. I was tired of real estate. I dreamed to do it with my wife and my partner and build it together. And I think that dream dying, as well as the dream of the marriage dying, just left me with nothing left to even try real estate. Let's see. I don't think any of us cares too much whether Emory and could make the NBA or not. So I'm going to put him on in timeout just for practice. We had a guy coming on, asked me about 30 times whether I thought he could make the NBA. Yeah. Did I ever do house showing that went naughty? No, but I walked in on people that were sleeping. I walked in on people that were near death. You set the appointment, you come on in, you ring the doorbell, but sometimes you walk into creepy homes. Yeah. Yeah, no, you'd surprise people in their bedroom. And I don't know, there's aspects of being a realtor that were fairly cool. I mean, right now, I don't know. That it was your own business, that you didn't have to punch a clock, you didn't really have a boss. Those were things that were cool about being a realtor. Good morning, Tanya Flanagan. Enjoy your yoga at the Red Rocks. I think Tanya Flanagan is going on a yoga retreat at the Red Rocks, I think. Or she's going to a concert at the Red Rocks and a yoga retreat afterwards. Either way, she's flying off to Denver right now. I've got multiple Flanagans. Oh, it's hard to keep track of all the Flanagans that I've got. What was my best method of networking as a realtor? I think social media. I mean, that's kind of what I was always really comfortable doing, videos, and I would give tours of homes or tours of cool things in the town I was working, or so I was real comfortable doing video and talking on the camera, and I think I had a fairly large audience and got most, but nothing worked great. I used to knock on doors. I used to cold call for sale by owners. I'd go to parties. I tried really everything. I really worked hard as a realtor. It just didn't, I don't know if it wasn't as easy as I thought, or it wasn't in my, I think most people, I think only the top 5 or 10% do fairly well. And I think most people, I was struggling. I probably averaged making maybe 75 grand-ish in the last 10 years of my career. I think my record year was 108, which was pretty decent, but I tried hard, and I don't think I could have been less successful after 17 years as I was as a realtor. Let's see. So, yeah, that's my story about that. Being a realtor seems more like a lifestyle than just a career. Big Mayo, I really think it is. You're always wearing your realtor hat. And it's not a 9-to-5 job. Some people seem to try and make it, or successfully make it, as a 9-to-5 job. I never felt it was, because, I could go into the office all day and not be in front of any human beings that are going to buy and sell a home. But I could go to a party that night and have 20 people ask me how the market is that might buy and sell a home. I just didn't think I could ever turn it off. I think I got so tired of everybody I know asking me how the market is that I couldn't, I couldn't turn it off. And I didn't like that. I didn't want to be wearing my realtor hat all the time. I just wanted to be me. That's what I enjoy about this show. I can just be me. If somebody pisses me off, I can tell them to go shove it. Or I can talk openly about COVID, politics, golf, religion, alcoholism, mental health. I can talk about things that are important in life, a lot more important than generating a commission. Chip, I don't know. My phone stabilizer was supposed to come yesterday. It did not come. At least I don't think it did. I got home from golf at like 4:30 or 5 or something like that. I did donate plasma on the way home if anyone's keeping track. Paid for my golf. Got home, mustered up enough energy to go into the lobby to see if my gimbal was awaiting me. It was not. Came up, had a meal. I don't know if I even tried to watch The Chosen. I think I may have, or I may have laid in bed for 2 hours and slept and got up and then tried to watch The Chosen and maybe watched an episode. Last night's episode was, I don't know what it was titled, but it was about the Sermon on the Mount. I'm still not sure. I've been going to church pretty actively for 6 years, and every year they really put a big focus on the Sermon on the Mount. And I wasn't totally sure what it was all about and what the meaning and why it was such an important part of the Bible and part of Christianity. And so I watched The Chosen, where he did it and he prepared for it and he gave the speech and everyone thought it was so beautiful. I still don't really get the magic in the words. Do we have any Christians out there that know why Jesus saying the meek shall inherit the earth and you are the salt of the earth, and if you get slapped on your cheek, turn your face and let them slap you on the other side was so important? And I'm not joking. I'm not trying to mock at all. I mean, everyone around there, and people would apparently walked, like villagers from neighboring towns walked to listen to his sermon, like a day's walk. They put it in a place that would be within a day's walk of many villages to get as many people there. They were handing out pamphlets. Felt very like real estate marketing here. Looking to buy or sell? Call me today. You want to be saved? Jesus is talking on the mount. Come on by. But yeah, apparently drew a big crowd. I mean, I don't think you could do that today. But apparently, okay, we got to put it in for thousands of years, apparently, maybe thousands. I don't know how many thousands. Maybe many hundreds of years. They were looking for the Messiah. They were waiting for the Messiah. The Jews, the Hebrews. So maybe when word started to spread that there wasn't a Messiah, Jesus of Nazareth, apparently not a very impressive town, Nazareth. Nobody in The Chosen thinks anything good comes from Nazareth, but I don't know, I've never been there. But maybe the excitement and would get them to go see a sermon, but I can't imagine. You know, I just posted a video yesterday, my last video I posted of not skipping church for the week. Yes, I had to work at 11 o'clock that day, but these people walked a day to go see a sermon. Somebody said it's not inherently important in the Bible, but it was part of his suffering. It didn't really seem any part of his suffering, sad man. He didn't seem to be suffering during it. And I'm not arguing, I didn't see it as any part of his suffering. So I'm confused by your answer to that. Somebody says you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. Well, that's what my last video is about. What are we talking about? I just joined. I'm getting an Ethiopian Bible. It's supposed to be unaltered compared to the King James Version. I need to understand basic commonality. I woke this morning and was thinking how badly I did need to understand basic commonality. That was one of the areas I was lacking in life. My total lack of knowledge of basic commonality. Have I read the Quran? No. I'm still not sure what the Sermon on the Mount, and again, they focus a lot on it in church every year, and I'm not sure I understand. In the show, Jesus said it's a map on how to find him. I know this is just a show, but it's a show based on the Bible. It's a pretty good show, by the way. I think it's enjoyable to watch. I think most very devout Christians probably struggle with it a bit because I don't think it's an exact documentation of every word out of the Bible. They have to make a show about it. It's 5 seasons. They have to have some dialect. But anyway. Good morning, Hypno Audio. You're a big Christian. Wait. Let's see, hold on. Jonathan Ramey stars in it. Is he Jesus in it? Somebody said I'm so slow, they're out. Almost has me thinking about relationships, because that's kind of funny. I didn't even have a relationship with that human, but they had to tell me that they were leaving. Maybe in relationships, we don't even need to tell the other person we're going to break up anymore. We should just do it. Just stop calling. Maybe all this communication stuff is overrated. Just leads to back and forth bickering. Oh, but you did this, but you did that. To hell with you, I'm out. I'm not even going to tell you I'm out. I don't know if that would work. Hello from Norway. Oh, you're leaving. All right. Well, see you later, Steve. Thank you for hopping on from from Norway. Oh, well, you're here to listen and drink coffee. Well, power on. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Okay, I don't know where that's from, but I like it. I mean, I think I boast about my weaknesses. I mean, I'm called, certain groups of people will call me a narcissist all the time, but nobody talks about his flaws as much as me, or his struggles. So I hope I'm doing the right thing. What is this channel about, Steve Alford? It's coffee and talking. Right now we're talking about, it doesn't matter what we're talking about right now, because somebody could throw me a curve. You could bring up something interesting about Norway, and I might get distracted and start talking about Norway. Let's see. Wow, I like that about you. I can relate to you because you reveal hardships and personal stuff. Well, thank you, Hypno Audio. You basically just did the most narcissistic thing and you don't even realize it. Ha ha. I don't. Proud to be a white British Muslim convert. Okay. Cool coffee cup. We have talking libraries. Under Sky said, I have a spot of coffee. Are you British, Under Sky? Calling it a spot of coffee sounds like a British thing. Good morning, Big Kimmy. How are you? Oh, instead of reading books, we have people from all walks of life that you sit and listen to instead of. Yeah, audiobooks. I don't know that audiobooks, like people, I'll talk to people and they'll say they read these 3 books in the last month. And it turns out they listened to them on audiobooks. Yeah, it turns out they listened to them. I don't know if that counts as reading. I'm pretty sure if we studied the brain, like the energies or the electric charges, the brain waves, patterns, whatever they're called, would be different when you're listening to an audiobook than you are actually reading. I'm betting the brain gets way more stimulated when you're actually reading a book. And the memories of the book are stronger when you read it than when you listen to it. Betty Lynn says audiobooks are great for yard work. Yeah, they're great for long drives too. But I just don't think it exercises the brain in the same way. Am I still considering being a foster parent? I haven't really thought about it in 2 days, to be honest with you, Big Kim, here since I last talked about it. I have a lot of love to give, and I'm getting myself in a better financial situation and would like to make my life as purposeful as possible. So a friend and I were talking about her experience being a foster mom many years ago, and I was raised, my family I had some, I don't know if they're called brother, we had foster kids from time to time in my family as well. And I think, given the situation I'm in right now, it might be a cool opportunity. But to say I'm really considering it would be an overstatement. I got on the website and inquired a little bit about it, but that's all I've done. Hello, Rashir Gamayel. Oh, we got somebody else on from Norway. Am I American? Maybe. Good morning. Wow, we got a lot of language processing. Do we have too much coming on? Should we turn it to subscriber only? Does anyone think, how's my day been going? I mean, it hasn't been going for very long. I'll tell you what. Okay, you want to know how my day's been going? Hold on, let me see if we get a little. You can't really see it. Wait, there's the sun. It's too bright for you guys to see it. I don't know why that is, but cameras. Oh, I had a vicious hamstring cramp during the night. I get them in my calves a lot. I'm on my feet a lot and moving around a lot at work. But I haven't had them in my hamstring for quite some time. I used to be a runner and would get them very often, but I haven't had one for a while. And it's quite a frightening experience when you feel like your hamstring might be ripped in half while you're sleeping. And you're going, oh my God, I might need to call the hospital. What is happening? Good morning, Patrick Flanagan. It was a beautiful day, and Patrick, my golf game was wonderful. I met out with a friend who, I'd say he's a great athlete. I was going to say he's a great golfer. I would say he's a great athlete that can hit the crap out of the ball. Yeah. So, but it was nice playing with a guy that was better than me, and I played real well, and it was a beautiful day. 55 says hydrate. I think I do hydrate a lot. And you eat a lot of bananas. Yeah. X wants to know if I think it's possible to be totally cured from alcoholism. Don't get me started with that, X. I get in so much trouble when I talk about it. Okay. All right, I won't, oh yeah, we got 3 Flanagans on today. We have 3. Flanaguy, Mobsidian, if Tanya Flanagan is still out there, we have somebody from, I think he might be from China or Britain, saying we have Flanaguy on today. At least I'm getting people suggesting different remedies for leg cramps. I'm telling you, you know how painful they are? I mean, you probably do, but they're horrible. You wake up and you go, wait a minute, something's not quite right. And then you move your leg a little bit and you go, bah! Hurts so bad. Many people have become sober. It really depends on the person, the control over alcohol. Okay, here's the only thing. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to argue with you all. I don't want to argue with you all. But I've certainly questioned the fact that alcoholism is a disease. All right, let that set in. And people do not like that I question the thought that it's a disease. And for those that believe that alcoholism is a disease, I ask, is heroin addiction a disease? And if it is, what is it called? What's in store for my day off today, Patrick? Well, I'm going to enjoy the crud out of it. I'm off today and tomorrow. I got a text. My nephew is supposed to be coming up today, but he texted it to me at like 1:15 last night. So I don't know what he was doing. He was up late though. So I'm doubting he's going to be here first thing in the morning. So my plan today, I mean, I cleaned the apartment while my coffee was brewing. I mean, I did it for like 10 minutes. I probably need to go get some groceries. I'm probably going to go to the coffee shop and upload the most recent YouTube video to Spotify. And I think I'm going to post a lot of videos as well. Oh boy. You're going to make me talk more. Julie, should I talk about alcoholism? Nobody answered why is heroin a disease? Is heroin addiction a disease? I don't want to argue about this every day. I don't want to make this what the page is about. Julie, guide me. Because I think Julie disagrees with me. Somebody's saying you literally have to wean it off it or you get the shakes. I didn't wean off it. I think there's a myth. Okay, now you're making me mad. You don't literally have to wean off alcohol. Stop drinking the stuff. Stop drinking alcohol. The reason we have so many alcoholics is we got so many people talking about how people die from detox. 1 out of a million. But 300,000 out of a million die from liver failure. I think there's a myth around the dangers of stopping drinking alcohol, and it's causing people to keep drinking alcohol. I did some research. It doesn't sound like it really happens. 1 in a million people might die from alcohol withdrawals from stopping. So many people talk about weaning it off or going to see somebody, and they never do, and they keep drinking, and then they end up dead from liver failure. If you have a drinking problem, stop drinking alcohol. Stop saying, oh, I need to wean off it, because you never do. Stop saying you need to go to a doctor, because you don't. Stop saying you heard people die from it. 1 out of a million. You will die if you are drinking too much alcohol. Soon. It's ridiculous. Somebody says, Ken, coffee, the biggest problem with quitting alcohol is you feel awful for 2 or 3 days. Do you know that, X? Did you ever quit alcohol? Aussie has been worried about quitting Big Macs all this time. Hypno Audio stopped beer for Lent and lost a ton of weight. Your pops gets the shakes with no booze. I'll tell you what, your pops is going to die of liver failure. Deal with the shakes for a week and save your liver would be my advice to you. Somebody said hundreds die each year from quitting. First of all, Jim, I don't know if that's even true. But okay, Jim, since you got the stats, how many die from liver failure each year? And I'm assuming hundreds is a global number. Hundreds isn't a whole heck of a lot in a world of 8 billion people. It's not. So if hundreds die from quitting each year, and again, I think that's a stat that's, they were probably this close to death from drinking. They were. Anybody that's about to die from quitting alcohol is in a whole lot of trouble from drinking alcohol. And I think, I'm confident about that. And think about it. And nobody has told me. Some people can't eat without smoking weed. Is that an excuse for you to smoke weed? Because there's some people that can't eat without it? We always like to find this one, the total biggest outlier, and use that person as an excuse to keep doing what we know we shouldn't. X quits every 3 months. And X, I'm not saying that you should quit. Is calling it a disease some sort of cope about not being in control of alcoholism? I don't know what that means exactly. If a person can stop and say stop long term, they aren't alcoholic. I don't know. Gooden, am I really angry as bleep? Am I really angry as bleep? I mean, if this is angry as bleep, you've never even slightly seen me mad. I got more angry missing a 4-foot putt yesterday than I am right now. Hypno Audio apologizes for opening up. Seriously though, I'd like to, nobody responded to that. Everyone calls alcoholism a disease, and I don't. And I wonder why we don't call heroin addiction a disease. I honestly believe it's because the medical community wants to sell us a cure. And the alcohol company wants to keep us drinking. If alcohol is helping you, is it really a problem? It honestly helps me get through stressful times. I only drink during the day at work. It's not really helping you. It's getting you through stressful times. It's not helping you. Which state am I from? I'm from Wisconsin. Do I think all types of recreational drugs should be banned? Not really. I'm not even saying alcohol should be banned. I'm kind of a no rules guy, but I think we need to be honest with it. I'd hate to see heroin sold at Walgreens, but I think if we were honest with the whole topic and freely talked about it, we'd probably figure out something. A nurse told you that, so go figure. I don't know what a nurse told you. Just look at fentanyl addiction in the United States. I don't know anything about fentanyl addiction in the United States. People look like zombies. Well, so do drunks when they drink too much. I mean, you look at me, I used to drink every day, and I don't know, I'd fall asleep on the couch holding a Heineken and it would spill in my lap. Almost all fent addicts begin by using prescription opioids. Yeah, no, I think people, okay, so we're blaming the medical community for prescribing the opioids, and I think that's getting close. I know I've had shoulder surgery and knee surgery, and they gave me a whole lot of pain pills, and honestly, it really didn't hurt that bad. I'm not saying there's not a time and a place for pain medication, but I think that's a slippery slope. The nurse told you the myth that alcohol withdrawals are dangerous. Are you saying the nurse is right because she's a nurse? They're going to ban cigarettes in Europe? Ozempic is an example of medical cures being used to drop any requirement of being responsible for our own well-being, becoming dependent on substance. This man talking out of his ass, says Gooden. Yeah, but Gooden, you also said I was angry as bleep. I'm not close to angry. I've been angry, believe me. This isn't angry at all. This is just an engaged conversation. I'm smarter than nurse now? You don't think it's possible that I'm smarter than a nurse? You don't think it's possible that I'm smarter than a nurse? I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, come on. Kavika, you'd rather live in Russia or Mississippi? Mississippi, I have absolutely no desire to live in Russia. Good morning, Opal. I think it's supposed to be rainy today. I'm not totally sure. I don't have the knowledge and experience. Jim asked, what do you mean? What don't I have the knowledge and experience about? Alcohol? You don't think I have the knowledge and experience about alcohol? I have 35 years practicing drinking every day. I have a hell of a lot of experience with alcohol. Like a nurse does. No, I have better. I have real world. I'm not even going to read that joke. Can I tell a dad's joke? A dad joke somebody told me? Why can't you see an elephant that's hiding in a forest? Because they're so good at it. The joke makes me laugh because it's so stupid that it's kind of funny. Do I regret drinking so much? Not really. I mean, yes, but no. I mean, because if I didn't drink so much, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be doing coffee with Ken. I wouldn't have golfed yesterday. I wouldn't have this beautiful apartment. I wouldn't have 4 beautiful kids. I wouldn't be who I am. And I really like who I am. Yeah, I did stupid things. Yes, it was horrible for my liver, but it taught me a hell of a lot of things. So do I regret drinking so much? You know, do you know what I mean? If I didn't drink so much, I wouldn't be here helping people quit drinking today. What's the cringiest thing I've done while drunk? I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine throwing up in a toilet much more cringy than that. You know, I can't imagine throwing up in a toilet much more cringy than that. I'm so proud of you becoming an alcoholic. What an achievement. All right. What a tater hat. You don't drink, but you'd smoke 8 J's a day. Well, I smoked every day too for probably 15 years. I'm gonna go get a little coffee. I am gonna get a little coffee. I threw up with beer. I threw up with all sorts of things. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I black out and run home from a bar and ditch my friends. In college, it was almost a joke. Oh. Let's see. Drinking, smoking, you judge people. I don't judge anybody. Face to Oscar. Let's see. J's are shoes. You smoke Jordans, basketball shoes. I don't understand. I don't know. How long have I been sober? I haven't drank or smoked in coming up on 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be 4 years in October. I had 3 O'Douls yesterday. I had 4 O'Douls yesterday. I didn't really want the 4th one, but I won in golf, and he was buying the 2nd round that we bet on. Well, Danny, thank you so much for subscribing. Danny the bot. My favorite subscribers are the bots. Messi. All right, I used to say I don't even know really who Ronaldo is other than he's a picture on Julie Flanagan's wall. But Messi, I know what he looks like. Do I miss being drunk? No. Danny, you're not a real bot. Why are you pretending to be a bot again? Yeah. Being old must be lucky. I don't know. Am I old? Am I old? I'm going to be 57. I don't feel old. I mean, I golfed yesterday. I beat a younger guy at golf. I had 4. I mean, I came home and I slept. But I mean, young people do that too. I feel so full of vigor. No, I'm not going to hit you back. The only reason is because of my coffee. The coffee kept me going. The coffee purified my liver. What's my view on American politics? You need to be more specific. In 1996, I was 27 and the world was my lobster. It's a funny expression. I think the world still is my lobster. I think I'm way better off now than when I was 27. When I was 27, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I don't have all the answers now, but I got a lot more of them than I used to. Somebody has a motivation to quit smoke, but it may sound simple. They want 1 year without smoke before they're ready. Do I like the bi-party system? The bi is a funny word. Would I prefer a more multi-party system? I think I like the concept of a multi-party system, but I don't think, for whatever reason, it's worked. I mean, we have the ability. I could create my own party today. We have other parties. They just don't get any traction or make it anywhere. What inspired me to start my channel? Just over 6 years ago, I'd broken up from the woman of my dreams. I was living in a dark apartment. I made a post on Facebook how I was feeling down that day, and I was at the gym working out, so that felt good. I had a huge outpouring of people on Facebook saying, hey, Ken, it's okay, you'll be okay, proud of you for working out. And the next day, I did a video that I posted on Facebook saying, hey guys, it's me. Made a post yesterday, I'm okay, just wanted you to know I was feeling down, and that even though I got a lot of energy and a big smile, sometimes I struggle too. And I was proud that I was at the gym working through my issues. And that video got a ton of viewership. And the next Saturday, I decided to go live on Facebook. And then I started doing it every Saturday, and those videos would get a lot of views, and I'd share them to a lot of pages. And I said, wow, this is kind of interesting. I drink coffee and I talk and people watch. And it'll be almost 4 years ago now, I had a friend that was watching with his family. His daughter said, wow, this is really good. He's talking about his drinking experience and what have you. He should put it on TikTok to grow his audience. So I started going live on TikTok, and it was live on TikTok for 3 years. And back in January, TikTok got banned. So the next morning, I went live on YouTube, and I've been going live on YouTube ever since. Have I found I end up helping a lot of people through this? I believe I help a lot of people through this. I think there's a lot of people, I'm confident I've helped people with their mental health, with sobriety, with relationship issues. I think I'm pretty good at this. I'm Scottish is my ancestry. Well, Batty Lynn, I'm glad you watch. I have a good radio voice. That's what I've heard. What do you recommend to people who only feel at peace with their souls when they drink? Well, I mean, a bunch of things. Stop drinking. Maybe a little bit expect to not be at peace with your souls. Maybe be okay not being okay. Because usually there's a spiral of things. You wake up, you feel depressed. You get mad at yourself for feeling depressed, so you feel more depressed. Then you go out to the world in a bad mood, and you're mean to people, so you feel more depressed. And you're mean to yourself, so you feel more depressed. There's a better way. And I think it starts with going, hey, I'm feeling kind of crappy now. Okay, I've acknowledged it. It's just a feeling. It's not who I am. It doesn't make me a crappy person. And what am I going to do? What has worked in the past when I feel crappy? Well, I could go for a run. That sounds hard. I don't feel like doing that. I could pop on some positive affirmations. That's super easy and works as well. I could thank God for the bed I'm waking up in, or the windows I have, or the sunrise, or the coffee I have. And I'll tell you what, that works every day, because I always wake up and go, think about my troubles first thing. And I catch myself after a minute or two, and then I start thinking about my blessings and feel a heck of a lot better. Do I hug my buddy or just shake his hand? I shook his hand. Again, I'm Scottish. Oh, that's nice. What a glorious audience today. We have 70 people watching. We have 37 thumbs up. And it is 7:36 on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Kind of excited about my day. I have today and tomorrow off, and I'm back to work on Friday, but I'm going to enjoy the next couple days. Going to get my apartment clean. Don't know if, I assume my nephew's coming again. He messaged me at 1 o'clock last night saying he's coming. Might have been drunk texting. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he's into, but I look forward to having him if he does come. Gonna go to the store, buy some fruit, gonna post some videos, I'm almost giving up on catching up on my video editing. I just don't think I ever will. I'm falling further behind rather than catching up, no matter how much I try to edit videos. Like I've been live for 61 minutes right now. This will probably take 3 hours to edit. So that's 4 hours in video content each day. It's hard to dedicate that much time to putting out content. Do I like fishing? I really do. I fished 3 times since I've been to Wisconsin. I've yet to catch a fish though. I should get a job, bro. You haven't said one nice thing today. You really haven't. Why is that? Why haven't you said one nice thing today? Do I watch Big Brother? I'm not sure what Big Brother is. Big Brother, was that show where they had a bunch of people in a house? You can use to assist, or you can create scripts to automate the cuts based on timestamps. Huh. Do you remember when you used to just do a daily message? Maybe do that instead of editing lives? I appreciate that thought, Lisa, but I think it's challenging to get people to sit here and tune in for 62 minutes. But in this 62 minutes, I said a lot of things that will impact people on alcohol or drug use or mental health or depression. And if I have to spend extra time to pull the nuggets of gold out of my life, maybe I have to spend the time doing it. Thank you, Ivan. Mako says editing seems like a lot of work. Well, it's not hard work. I can do it. I was donating plasma. I can do it in the plasma chair. I can do it when I wake up in the middle of the night, but it's very time consuming. There's no doubt about that. But I think there's some good stuff in there that needs to be pulled out if you want it found. And some of my shorts get seen by a whole heck of a lot of time. Did I know coffee spikes cortisol? I don't really even know what cortisol is, so no. Hello from Germany. How are you? Thank you for tuning in today. Why are so many people fascinated with Diddy? Why are so many people fascinated by him? Because he got in trouble? Because we like to gossip? Joey says because we want to see him locked up for the rest of his life. Honestly, I don't even know what he did. Somebody said because he killed Biggie. But again, people are so fascinated. I probably should change my show to about Diddy. I don't know anything about Diddy, but he comes up a lot. He sure comes up a lot. Have another sip of coffee. Yeah, O.J. Simpson sure was widely publicized. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, O.J. Simpson was huge news in whenever that was, 93 or whenever that was. Oh my gosh. And I must say, I was caught up on it. I was there when the verdict was announced. I mean, I wasn't at the courtroom, but I remember watching the verdict being announced live. Um, we were at a bar in Chicago for lunch. Uh, in Europe, we have a lot of similar cases, but he is from Hollywood. That's why. Go to coffee shops that are designed for a relaxing environment, but didn't drink energy drinks, and at the same time go to clubs where you need to. I don't have any real thoughts on the Epstein stuff or the Trump stuff. Yeah, I remember watching the car chase live too, Batty Lynn. That was weird. I mean, I must say, it was dramatic. Yeah, it was super dramatic. It's amazingly. I mean, it was the news station's wet dream. You know, they had helicopters watching O.J.'s car, and they shut down the highway. They shut down the highway and had him being slowly followed by several cop cars. Ken for local mayor. I don't know what I would do with mayor. I think I have a better, because I don't know that I want to discuss, I don't want to argue with committees and kiss ass. And I think as a politician, you have to do a lot of ass kissing. And I don't want to spend my days trying to figure out how to make traffic better on Wisconsin Avenue or fix potholes. I think I have a more important message than, I have bigger work to do than I could do as mayor. Joey says, if it was me or you in a car chase like that, they would have shot the living hell out of us. It wasn't a high-speed chase. And I think who he was driving with said OJ had a gun and was gonna, I think they were concerned about him taking his own life. And maybe they wouldn't have cared about you or I taking my own life. But either way, it was weird. All you have to do is say you love Israel and you would like to visit on vacation. I don't know what that means. Do I love Israel? I mean, I think I might want to go, but to me, it seems like a place of great desert and dryness. It may not be. But again, I'm watching The Chosen. It doesn't look like a super great place to be living. Yeah, I don't know. It looks all rocky and dry over there. I don't like rocky and dry. I was in Yellowstone last year, and I kind of missed the greenery that is the Midwest. I miss nice soft grass. Let's have another sip of water. Oh, yeah. But anyway, we have had a great audience today. And I so appreciate you joining. I mean, I could talk longer, but I don't know that I need to talk longer. Joey is in Puerto Rico, the Commonwealth of the United States. Wow, we got a very mixed bag today. A very mixed bag today. I don't know what it even means. You're asking me Israel or Palestine. I don't even know what that question means. That's not even a question. There wasn't even a question mark. And if it had a question mark, I still wouldn't know what it means. Are you asking me to pick a side? I don't see any reason to pick sides. I don't want people being killed on either side. It seems like I'm fortunate to not live in either of those countries. Why are they fighting again? That's a good question. That's a good question. Why are they fighting again? I think most people I think most of us here in America have no idea really why they're fighting, but they just seem to, and we accept that they kill each other every day. And that seems strange. You know, if I lived next door to somebody I hated so much, at some point I might move away. I don't know if it's that simple. Or if I lived in a neighborhood where I felt hated and discriminated against and threatened all the time, I might move away. Richard L. says, the problem with politics nowadays is people want you to pick sides. Yeah, Richard, I appreciate you saying that. It happens all the time. I'm trying to talk about stuff, and I'm not saying anyone should vote for Trump or vote for Biden or vote for, I might say what I do, but I want to talk about it more than anything. And I'm not sure why I need to pick a side on Israel or Palestine. The British decided to establish Israel after World War II, and 5 Arab countries didn't like it. That's basically the whole point of the conflict. That doesn't seem like it seems like we could fix it somehow. Seems like we could sit them both down and go, all right, let's figure out how to get along, or maybe one of you guys should move. If you guys can't play nice, I'm not going to let you play together anymore, and we're going to move you. I've thrown out at Montana as a great moving spot for some people's. Montana, I've ridden through it on a scooter. It's a big state. Maybe the climate wouldn't be what they're used to. So maybe we could move them to Texas. I should go to Versailles and work out a peace treaty between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Hello, folks. I refuse to pick a side in here, but it seems you guys don't like to get along very much. And continuing to kill the other side and live together doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Would either of you be interested in being relocated to, let's say, West Texas? I hear it's lovely this time of year. Hello from India. I wonder how the Texans would feel about Palestine or Israel being moved in West Texas. I wonder how many would even notice. Yeah. But anyway, it's been a fun show for me today. You say Texans would not appreciate that? Well, might be true. Might be true. Might be true. I go to West Texas as long as I can carry your 6mm gun, or your 6 gun. The former president of Israel visited Jeffrey Epstein mansion like 40 times. Yeah, I don't know about any of that, or if it's relevant in this discussion. What do I think about war? It's unfortunate. Do many people live in West Texas? No, that's why I suggested it. That is why I suggested it. I wasn't even sure most people in Texas. I bet it's pretty hot over there, but it's probably pretty hot in Israel. I mean, I'm not totally sure, but it seems like it's probably hot in Israel. Texas is pretty big. We'd hardly notice them. And if they acted up, they'd be vanished. Well, yeah, Texas is real big. It just seems, I've driven across our country before. There's not many people in the middle of the country. There's huge swaths of land where you could you could drop Israel and call it a city. How many people live in Israel? And let's not talk, let's remove the Palestinians, because we wouldn't be bringing the Palestinians. If we picked up Israel and brought it to Montana or Texas, we wouldn't be bringing the Palestinians, because that wouldn't make any sense. We want to keep them apart, because they can't play nice. How many people, okay, 8 million, and that's, I'll just say Jewish people. We're not counting Palestinians. Okay, you're saying 8 million with Palestine, with the Palestinians. Let's just guess there's 1 million Palestinians. And we're not bringing them along. We are not bringing them along. I hate to be the decider of all things like this, but if we brought them along, we just have the same problems in West Texas. And we do not want the same problems in West Texas. It seems we need to separate these peoples because they don't like each other. So you're saying 7 million people in Israel. That's just like a big city. We could even keep the name of the city the same, Israel. I don't know how that would go over in Texas. There's 7.2 million Jews in Israel. I bet the political landscape of Texas would change pretty quickly if we dropped 7.2 million Jewish Israelis in West Texas. It might not be as red of a state for long. That might cause some issues, but seriously. Yeah, no, but I mean, I think we could brainstorm and figure it out, because just leaving them there, peace talks aren't going to work. These people seem to really hate each other. Doesn't seem like they're going to get along ever. I'm starting to give up on Arabs and Israelis getting along. You know? Most might not want to actually move to Texas. Well, okay. Could be. Well, if they don't want to move and they don't want to play nice, I'm starting to wonder how much of our responsibility is it? And I know that sounds mean, but every day I go live and people want to talk about it. And every day you turn on the news, there's some bombing or killing or horrible thing going on there. Maybe we shouldn't worry about it. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should let them resolve it. You know, I don't know. Let them resolve it, Julie? Yeah, maybe we should stop. Okay, you guys just want to sit there and kill each other. I threw up a solution, and if you're going to say you don't want to move, that's my best solution. Maybe we shouldn't worry about it. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not our problem. All right. I appreciate that. Hey, somebody sent me $4.99. Thank you so much. That was very generous of you. Yeah, maybe that's it. What did I read the other day? If you can't figure out a solution, I don't remember the quote, but it was a good quote. But maybe we should stay out of it. You know, we have a lot of people, Palestinian people here. So is why we have all the issues here, like the Palestinians protesting here, is because we're taking the side of Israel? Is that what's going on? So the Palestinians in the United States aren't protesting because Israel's being mean to them. They're probably protesting because we've always sided with Israel. Is that true? That's probably true. Do we have any Palestinians that live in America watching my show right now? Are you guys angry that the United States oh, we didn't stay out of the Holocaust. Somebody said that's what they did. They stayed out of the Holocaust. We didn't stay out of it. I mean, there was a world war about that. They inherently well, you said they, so I'm not sure I trust you because you're not a Palestinian. And I'm not saying, you know, I wanted a Palestinian to talk. Johnny Sins is the sexiest man in the porn industry. He's bald, and apparently I look just like him. He's known for his bald head and his muscular physique. I must say I like that comparison a heck of a lot. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously. The more I researched Johnny Sins, the more I loved hearing how much I look like him. You know what I'm saying? Apparently he's a big YouTuber as well. Oh, if you call me Big John, I might blush. How did the conversation come to world wars? I don't know. It just kind of goes. It flows. It just kind of flows, my show. We were talking about alcoholism a little bit ago. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my two options. Okay, so what I would sit down if I was in there, I go, okay, I got two suggestions. We either move them to Texas or we stay the hell out of it. What do you suggest? You know, sending billions and billions and trillions of dollars to one side or the other doesn't seem to necessarily make a heck of a lot of sense. But we could talk about it. You know, we could talk about it. Option B, Julie says. I'm kind of leaning that way, Julie. I threw out option A. And if they didn't want to come here, I'll go, okay, well, so what do you want? Us to just continue to send you tons of money and weapons? It's not a matter of territory, but religion. I think, yeah. But I think it's more over Holy Land than their religion. I don't care. I bet neither Muslims or Jewish people hate atheists, let's say, or Christians so much, let's say. It's that they're on each other's holy land, they think. But seriously says she doesn't think it's fair to dump them in Texas. What about the people in Texas? They might not like that. What if they do like that? What if they do like that? What if we incentivize Texas in some way? I don't know. Somehow made it, sweeten the pot. Somehow. And I don't mind you saying that, but seriously, I think we can discuss it. Okay, well, Texas wouldn't, I mean, I could say dump them in Illinois. I'll tell you what, Illinois's got a whole lot of land. There's plenty of space for Israel in Illinois. We could make it a highly Jewish city in southern Illinois. Land it right on St. Louis. Sorry, St. Louis Cardinals. Your fan base has just taken a dramatic turn. I'm saying we can brainstorm something and work it out. If we stop being chastised or called a racist or a this or a that for every suggestion that might work. Somebody said they don't want to leave their religious area. Okay, well, if they both don't want to leave their religious area and they hate each other, let's let them go at it, because us sticking our face in it all the time sucks. You know? I'm trying to broker peace here. Doesn't seem like anyone likes my ideas. All right, I better drink some water. You're right about that. I don't want any more leg cramps. Dude says, hey, the dude, do you notice your name is green now? Keep Texas Texan. You don't care when all these Yankees and Cali weirdos come in here as it is. They drive like poop. My brother has, how long? Okay, my brother moved from Illinois to Texas probably 20 years ago. Has he been there long enough? Can he stay, the dude? Dang it, Nancy wants him to tug of war it out. Get this huge rope. Do I think everyone has forgotten about Russia and Ukraine and doesn't care anymore? Yeah, it's kind of. I'm not sure how much. I mean, how much should we care? I'm not sure which side is right over there either. Okay, then Scott can stay. Scott can stay. What do they say? Keep Austin weird or whatever, or queer or something. Austin's a big city of a blue city in a very red state. Well, you guys kept me talking. You got me fired up. I tried to ignore the dude that kept asking Palestine or Israel, but I got sucked in. You got yourself a fresh hot cup of coffee? I'm a little jealous. Russia and Ukraine should drink more coffee because coffee makes people happy. All right, they should probably watch Coffee with Ken. At least while they spent the 88 minutes we've talked, and they wouldn't be killing each other. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was always somewhat skeptical of what was going on in Russia and Ukraine. It never felt like because to me it always felt like if Russia really wanted to turn the screws, they could take over Ukraine in about 15 minutes. I might not be right about that, but that was always my impression. It might not be true. Austin was cool till we got all the weird Callies over there. Yeah. What's Hawaii like? Is Hawaii weird? Is Hawaii weird? I mean, or is Hawaii so far removed from our country that it's not like politically connected? Like California's kind of screwed up, I think, because they've made a lot of strange decisions. But Hawaii might be far enough away that, I don't know. Your daughter lives in Hawaii. Well, do they have like homeless issues and drug people on the streets and what I would consider very strange laws that are going on, like in California? Huh. Yeah, let's see. Do you have any thoughts about transhumanism? Transhumanism. You mean it? So, like my spirit and awareness in a robot? I don't know. Kelly's never going to fall into the ocean. We've been talking about that forever. It's never going to fall into the ocean. I don't even know what collaborating means. Can somebody please subscribe, said Clutch Mode TV. Clutch Mode is so impassioned by my show, he's begging you to subscribe. I appreciate that, Clutch Mode. We don't need to beg here. We just offer top-rate content, and people subscribe on their own. Oftentimes, I have to remove subscribers. Well, the dude. I don't know. But anyway, we've talked for 92 minutes this morning. Where did the time go? What time did I wake up today? I woke up at 6. Favorite NBA team? That's so boring, the Bulls, but I don't even care. Do I ever enjoy decaf? No. Do I golf today? No, I golfed yesterday. But I am excited about my day. I have today off and I have tomorrow off. And I am very excited to have a couple days off. And got some bananas up there. I look like an older version of the Superman actor. Christopher Reeves. I shot a 93, Travis Cloud. I was very pleased. I was hoping to break 100. So I was pleased with my game. I've only played 2 9s this year, and I didn't play once last year. But anyway, we've had a great audience today, and I want to thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hopping on. I upload all these videos onto Spotify, so if anybody out there misses me on the live, you can see a rebroadcast or hear a rebroadcast, or however it works. If you follow me on Spotify, it's Coffee with Ken. But I appreciate you so much for joining and for sharing a little bit of your day with me and sharing a cup of coffee. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Hope your week started out great. Hope you are feeling good. Hope you are loving yourself. Hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.